Somebody needs to hear this. God pulled you out of that relationship for a reason. Whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it is siblings, it could be family, could be business, could be a good friend. Could be a business relationship or a good friend. And so you're starting to second guess yourself, and you're starting to wonder, and you're starting to feel, have I made the right decision? The Lord pulled you away for a reason. Some people say, well, God is not a God that believes in malice. There's a difference between malice, and a difference between God is separating you from someone that is wicked in their heart, when God is separating you from the unrighteous. Psalm 1 is not a scripture about malice. Blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel, you don't take advice of the ungodly, nor stand in the way, you're not around them like that, in the way of sinners, nor sit, you don't let your guards down with them, in the seat of the scornful. Blessed is the man. What's the opposite of the man who sits? You're either going to be blessed or you're going to be cursed. So cursed is a man that walks in the counsel of the ungodly. Cursed is a man that stands in the way of sinners. Cursed is a man that sits in the seat of the scornful, who does not abide in the law of the Lord. What are the laws of the Lord, guys? The laws of the Lord are his words, and also what he instructs you to do. God is not a God of malice and unforgiveness. You don't have that. You shouldn't. Because whenever God has you step away from anyone, he's also going to deal with your heart, so that you are not walking away and holding malice against them. But God knows the heart of that person. And a person who has a heart of unforgiveness, of malice or hatred, and they're toxic, they are more than likely filled with demonic spirits. They can be used easily by the powers of darkness. And light and dark cannot coexist. Stop wondering if you made the wrong decision. Now, if you did something wrong and you handled it wrong and God was not in the midst, then that's something you need to go to the Lord about. But this word is specifically for those of you that Lord instructed you. You've been in a cycle of being abused physically, emotionally, mentally, however, spiritually, okay? Which it all boils down to spiritual abuse, right? And the Lord told you it's time to move. Don't look back, lest you become a pillar of salt, like Lot's wife. I hear God saying, if you go back, they do not. I hear the Lord saying, I can feel the fire of the Lord inside of me. I get so worked up, but let me slow down. If you go back, they will never be delivered. If you go back when God did not tell you to, that person will never be delivered. You have to remember this. Those individuals are souls. And sometimes God has you in their life for a certain period of time to show his grace, his mercy, his long suffering, and all of that. But at some point, he's going to pull you out of that, lest you be destroyed. So now God has to deal with them. And if there's a chance that they're going to be delivered, you're going to interfere with that by entering in and becoming what they're used to. They suck onto you and latch onto you and continue in their bad behaviors. You go back to this person, you get involved again, you open that door again when God did not tell you to do it. You interfere with him truly being able to speak to them and deliver them. And if they choose not to be delivered and they choose not to listen to the voice of God, they further open up themselves to the powers of darkness. And then you are going to put yourself in the crosshairs of demonic attack. Going back is not going to help them get delivered. They will not be delivered as long as they have a host. As long as those spirits that operates in them has a host to latch onto, and a host that they can download and infiltrate. Leave it alone, I hear the Lord saying. Trust the Lord. Leave that soul to Christ. If he's used you to do your part, he's done it. Time to move, because we're in the last days. Don't get locked up. Don't get messed up. Don't get hampered. Because all Satan wants to do is hold people in bondage. God has freed you. God has let you. He has freed you. He has brought you out of this situation. Don't go back to it. This is the word of the Lord.